No man do they call me, my mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Welcome old friends and new listeners to my channel, where I share my Warhammer 40k stories. If you enjoy what you hear, please consider leaving a like and possibly subscribing. Now, let us continue the saga of Gutsmangle's boys. Chapter 5! Yumi's is Gits! Gutsmangle, that's not the name of the chapter. Is you gonna tell me different, funny voice, man? Fine. Governor Priam was nervously going through numerous documents as he awaited the orbiting vessels of the Imperial Navy to come into Vox range. His desk was a mess with shipping manifests, union demands, official guild protests, and Arbites reports on the increases in gang violence. Priam sighed as he took another sip of Amasec. The sudden appearance of the Orc Rock miraculously materializing out of nowhere beneath the void shields of Sturcus Populi and then crashing into the old mining district had only stoked tensions that were already high in the city. Thousands of people died in the impact, and thousands more were killed in the brief Orcish offensive. The area around the enormous crater burned for days, and the riots that followed were no help. Now Priam sat in his office in the highest spire of the city, where he got a good look at Captain Crump's assault on the Imperator Cannon Tower just west of him. Priam tried to calm his nerves and prepared himself for the meeting with the Inquisitor. No men in the galaxy were as dangerous or powerful as the Inquisitors, and it was luck of the draw whether you got a callous, frothing zealot or a thoughtful man who at least had some concern for collateral. Priam felt he had little choice. If he didn't report the extremely odd incident, likely one of the backstabbing noble families would do it for him and bring down the wrath of the Inquisition upon him. As the ship bearing the Inquisitor came into range, Priam picked up his Voxcaster.
Governor Priam here, requesting an audience with Inquisitor Reynald.
The screen in front of the governor flickered as the face of a very stern woman appeared with hard lines on her face. Her hair was streaked with silver.
Greetings, Governor Priam. This is Inquisitor Reynald. I read your initial report and that you sent to me, and I initially assumed that there must be some gross incompetence on your part.
Priam sighed nervously.
I sent you everything I could. We had no warning. There were no warp storms, no chance to spot the Orcs entering the system. There was no malfunction in our void shield. The Orcs just appeared out of nowhere. It was all just
bad luck. Governor, if I thought a few thousand Orcs were any kind of threat to a city of 10 billion, I wouldn't have come. But there's something very strange going on.
My Lord Inquisitor?
The Orcs literally came out of nowhere, crashed into Hive Sturcus Populi when the people were already on the edge of rioting, and then just happened to crash their Orc Rock directly on top of a sealed ancient mine shaft, and then dropped all the way to the Underhive.
You think this was planned by someone?
Or something. The Inquisitor paused. Call it a hunch, Governor, but I suspect the Orcs were sent here on purpose. Now, Orcs are never so precise or convoluted in their machinations. It could be, as you say, just bad luck. There's not enough evidence for me to personally get involved in this. However, I have some specialists available who can investigate this for me. If they turn something up, I will be in the system for a few months on business, and they can inform me if they uncover a more elaborate plot. In the meantime, Governor Priam, I strongly suggest that you use the resources at your disposal to eliminate any surviving Orcs as soon as possible.
Yes, Inquisitor.
As the vid cut out, Priam dabbed his forehead with a handkerchief and turned to his scribe.
We are in a tricky position. I want you releasing a propaganda vid that blames all the difficulties the Hive is facing on gangers. Use the orcs as a cherry on top to rile up the populace. All the unemployed Factorum workers, group them up. We'll put them into militias and have them augment Arbeiter's units as we start scouring the Underhive. That'll keep them busy and thin out a few of the numbers of potential disgruntled workers. And we'll need to eliminate these orcs. Put out a bounty on the orc war boss. I want the nastiest gangers in the hive trying to bring him down.
Priam paced about his office.
And we need to keep the noble families busy too somehow. Tell the nobles that the Inquisitor will be making a surprise inspection on the planet sometime within the next few months. Hopefully they'll all be too busy hiding their dirty laundry to scheme against me.
Priam looked out the viewport to see the still smouldering crater left by the Git Smasher. The governor finished his amasec in one gulp and began to work on eliminating these problems.